So I just got word from my mentor that this week is implementation week, meaning that I'm going to have to source out 12 companies and do some research, figure out who the decision maker is, and write a pitch to them. And not only write a pitch, actually cold email them or maybe even call them.
I start out my research by figuring out which tools to use and what parameters I'm looking to find. This allows me to be well informed about the companies and people I'll eventually reach out to. For this exercise, I've decided to use Crunchbase, Funds, Indeed, and good old fashioned LinkedIn to research companies and roles. For reference, what I'm looking for in all these sites includes companies that fit my criteria as far as industry, company size, funding status, annual revenue, whether or not the company is hiring or not, more on that later, the decision maker, and lastly, contact information for the decision maker. First of all, I have to align my skill set with what corporations open to fractional executives are looking for. This doesn't necessarily have to mean that the company is actively hiring for my specific role. There are a few different roles I could fit into, so I keep that in mind as I research. The purpose of researching like this is to get detailed information about the company so I can position myself as exactly what the company needs at the exact moment they need someone like me. Part of what I'm looking for are signals from these companies that they're open to hiring, and most importantly, have the funds to hire a fractional executive. Through sites like Crunchbase and Funds, I can see how much funding they've received and whether or not they are in the seed round, Series A, B, or further down. I can also see company size and get information on the CEO. Looking at LinkedIn tells me whether or not the company has more recent news that I may be able to use when I contact the main decision maker. This work is long and tedious, but provides me with so much information as I delve into the role of a fractional executive. For the majority of today and most of yesterday, I've been researching companies. So, what that means is I've been looking at their website, I've been looking at their founding status, their funding status, how many employees they have. I've been checking out people on LinkedIn and trying to identify contacts for the company. The reason I'm doing all this extensive research is because when I transition into a fractional role, I really want to know what company I'm working with. And I really want to know, obviously, how much money they're bringing in, how much money they've actually raised, how many employees they have. This all contributes to the company culture and what you can kind of expect once you get in as a fractional executive. So with that being said, we're doing all this research, and it's not just research here on the computer and typing things out and looking at things. My mentor also has us writing out a pitch for each company, okay? And so I've actually written out pitches for all of these, and this is why this has taken so long, because I had 12 to do. 12 different companies, 12 different positions, 12 different pitches, trying to figure out who the contact person is. You understand, this is a lot of work, so this has taken me a long time. So with that being said, these pitches are either for an email or for a phone call. And either one makes me a little nervous because as an introvert, I'm not really into cold emailing or cold calling people. I've cold emailed people a couple of times here and there, but it wasn't anything significant, basically. But with this role and with finding clients for this role, the majority of it is going to be cold emailing and or cold calling. So, with that being said, I have my pitches written down for emails, but some of these I could not find emails for, and I could only find phone numbers. So, obviously, you know what that means. That means I have to call, and I have to get used to being uncomfortable. So, I'll be cold calling, I'll be emailing, but let me go ahead and make this call. Hi. My name is Nachole Johnson, and I'm interested in the role for the Impact Virtual. I'm reaching out to see if you happen to know who the contact person is for that role. I want to let you know I have extensive medical background as far as healthcare writing and being an actual clinician. If you could just give me a call back whenever you get this message or even text me, that would be great. Thank you so much for your time. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so that was a little cheesy, but I did it. And luckily, I didn't have to talk to a human. My first cold call was an actual voicemail, so thank goodness for that. So implementation week, or what I like to call research week, was different, and it made me think about things in a way that I'd never thought about before, and a way to find clients, a way that I've never thought about searching for clients before. And it opened my eyes to a lot of things. And so this week, when I was going through everything, and when I was looking at different companies, looking at different positions, looking at funding status, looking at how much revenue they've made, it really made me think about how many opportunities that there are out there for fractional executives, and how I could specifically fit in to a fractional executive role for whatever particular company I was looking at. So with that being said, I know I said that I was going to tell you guys what role I finally settled on, but after this week, things have changed, and I was able to pull in that research after reaching out via email or phone call and figure out that maybe what I was initially looking at first was not the best role for me. So now I've gone back to the drawing board to try to figure out another role. The reason being is because since my specialty, healthcare, and then my niche is so super specialized, it makes it a little difficult to find a particular role that fits in with me. I'm not saying that they don't exist. So if you have a completely specialized industry, completely specialized type of talent or skill set, does not mean that there's not anything out there for you. It just means that there may not be as many opportunities out there for you because you are such a unicorn. So in that sense, I have to kind of back out a little bit to make sure I have enough opportunities to reach out to increase my chances of landing a fractional executive role. So as for this week, I do not have a specific position that I'm going for right now. So I will reveal that in a later video, and I will keep you guys updated on what I finally land on and what actually works with this whole research process, this implementation process that I just went through. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off, but I want you to join me on the rest of these series, the rest of these videos in this series, so that way you guys can follow along on my journey to becoming a fractional executive, and maybe this will help you with your journey on becoming a fractional executive. So if you like this video, please subscribe, please like it, and I'll see you on the next video.